What's going on, Knicks fans? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome into New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. Give me a follow on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. I need your help. I'm trying to get my Twitter game up. I want to get to 1,000 followers, and I want more Knicks followers. So give me a follow at @MarshallGreen_. On today's show, we're talking off-season New York Knicks trade rumors, and thanks to Bleacher Report, because they put an article out just a couple days ago that talked about the Knicks trading for Markelle Fultz this summer. We'll talk about in just a couple quick seconds about who the Knicks would be sending to receive Markelle Fultz. But Fultz, he really got his career back on track when he was traded to Orlando back in the 2019 season. He played in just about 40 games for the Philadelphia 76ers, and it did not go well after he was the first overall pick. He turns just 23 years old this year, so he's still a very young player. He was the former number 1 overall pick. He came out of the NBA draft as the number 1 guy, had that shoulder injury. There was rumors that he got into an ATV accident back in Philly, hurt his shoulder, had shoulder surgery, and just forgot how to stroke it. He forgot how to shoot from deep, because when he came out of Washington, he was a 3-level scorer that can put the ball on the deck, get to the rim, be very effective in the mid-range, and score from beyond the three-point arc. So there's still value to be had in Markelle Fultz. And since he arrived to the Orlando Magic, he has truly gotten his career back on track. But this is the mock trade that Bleacher Report put out, and I know a lot of you people are going to be upset. There are a lot of Cam Reddish truthers in the New York Knicks fan base, and I'm one of them. I really like Cam Reddish. I like what he's done the past couple games. He had 17 points the other night, 15 in the fourth quarter. He's finally starting to, show the flashes and the signs of the player he was coming out of Duke, and that's why he was a lottery pick. But I want you to be the GM. Get active early in the show. Jump down in the comment section and let me know. Would you make this trade? Would you trade Cam Reddish and Kemba Walker to receive Markelle Fultz? If you would, and you're like, man, I want Markelle Fultz in New York City, go down and type A for accept. Or if you're like, dude, I am not giving up Cam Reddish. We just gave up a first-round pick for him. That's fine. I can see the logic. Go down and type D for decline. When, whatever happens with the New York Knicks point guard situation, this is the summer that something is going to happen. So make sure you're subscribed and turn those notifications on. We're in the time of the year where things just start to happen. And when the offseason gets here, you're not going to want to ever miss a video. So subscribe and turn on your noties. If this is your first time watching a New York Knicks Now video, I want to thank you and ask you to subscribe. We're trying to catch Philadelphia 76ers Now, which is a channel here at Chat Sports hosted by Chase Sr. And we used to be ahead of them in the sub department. Then they traded for some fat guy that has a beard, and now that channel is on fire. And I hate it. Every day I walk into work, Chase, he's from Philly, I'm from New York, and he tells me, dude, Knicks suck and your channel sucks. And I'm like, dude, you suck. So subscribe, help us catch Philly. I mean, they celebrate a broken bell in that city. We can't be losing to them. Go hit that big red button. When I look at this trade, the first thing that came to my mind was getting off of Kemba Walker's money. The $9.2 million you owe him next season would be a big win. I don't think Kemba has any ideas about wanting to be on the Knicks next year. He refused to buy out after him, Tom Thibodeau, and Leon Rose came to an agreement that he wouldn't be a part of the team for the rest of the season. Kemba wants to go to a new place, so this would be a good spot for him. And when you can clear cap space and a throw-in trade like Kemba Walker, that would be a big win for the New York Knicks. I'll give you some more thoughts on this, but I want to let you read what Bleacher Report had to say about the trade. I thought it was very interesting. They said this: New York ranks 29th, that's second to last in the NBA, in assist to turnover ratio, and 26 in assist percentage, and 25 in total offense. Making a run at DeJounte Murray would be a dream scenario for the Knicks, although Fultz represents a far more reasonable constellation prize. Cole Anthony has been terrific this season, and Jalen Suggs was the number 5 overall pick in 2021, and he carries a significant upside as well. This could leave Fultz as the odd man out, and Orlando could move for some help on the wing instead. Still only 23, Fultz could cement himself as a franchise point guard in New York. He's been far better in Orlando following a rocky start to his career with the Philadelphia 76ers, with averages of 12 points, almost 3.5 rebounds, 5 assists, almost 1.5 steals, and 46% shooting overall from the field. I think this is a good idea. I think Markelle Fultz is an interesting name. But when I think about this, I close my eyes and I see Cam Reddish and I see Markelle Fultz. And I ask myself this question, and I want to ask you this question. Who do you trust more? Who do you think is going to have a better NBA career? Markelle Fultz got off to a rocky start. Then the injuries happened, and now he's playing better. He just got back playing for the Orlando Magic. But there's still a lot to be seen with the type of player and the game he brings to the hardwood. Cam Reddish, It's been up and down in his NBA career. And 133 games played, we still don't know the type of player he is. Right now, he's really just an inefficient chucker that you watch sometimes and you're like, man, that kid, he's got it. But at the end of the day, when you look at the raw numbers, he's shooting under 40% from the field, 32.5% from three, an area that him and Markelle Fultz struggle. Reddish is way much of a pure scorer. I expect those numbers to come up and become more of an efficient player as his NBA career goes on. But Markelle Fultz, 11.5 points per game in almost 120 games as a pro, 3 rebounds, almost 5 assists, shooting 45% from the field and just 26% from deep. That's an area we all know that he struggles as a player. So I want to ask you this. You just saw the stats on screen. I'm not really sure exactly where I stand. Let me know. Who do you think is a better player? If you think it's Markelle Fultz, the former number 1 overall pick, go down and type MF. I like that, MF. But if you also think it's Cam Reddish, if you think Cam Reddish is the better player, go down and type CR. One thing that I know is better than the betting service that you're using right now is BetUS. When you go to chatsports.com/bet and use the promo code chat125, deposit $100, they will match that with a 125% deposit bonus. So you'll have 225 bones in your account to bet with. You can bet on the Knicks games or you can bet on March Madness. The tourney is almost here, and the favorites and the odds to be the next NCAA title, champions are here. Gonzaga's got the best odds, then the Wildcats, then Kentucky, then Duke, then Baylor. It's Coach K's last season. I just feel like it'd be a storybook ending for the Blue Devils to win it. But you can go bet on all of these at BetUS if you go to chatsports.com/bet. And you can also get a 125% deposit bonus when you use the promo code chat125. Go do it right now. When I think about this trade as a whole, and I've said that a couple times because I think this is a very complex trade. I think there's layers to this. The second layer is you got to look into other options first. You can't just end the season and put your fork in the ground as if you're Leon Rhodes and say, we got to go get Markelle Fultz. No, I like Fultz as a player, but this is a solid fallback plan. You go after the big guys first. If you strike out, that's cool. But Markelle Fultz is a solid backup plan. He's still young. He's got a lot of upside. He's a 6'4" guard that has the potential to be a triple-double monster. I hate that stat, but that stat shows that he has a complete game. He can get to the rim. He can dish. He makes other players better. He can score. He can get to the foul line. He is someone that I think the Knicks need at the point guard spot, but it's a fallback plan. This is my idea when I look at the trade. If you strike out on the big names, DeJounte Murray, Donovan Mitchell, other guys that we all know the Knicks are going to go after, De'Aaron Fox, the big point guards, the big fish, the guys we want to bring up the ball late in the game in the fourth quarter for the New York Knicks, you go for those guys. But say you strike out, you don't get Murray, you don't get Mitchell, you don't get Fox, then I think you pull the trigger on this trade. You're freeing up $9.2 million in cap space, and it's pretty much just a swap of Cam Reddish and Markelle Fultz. What if I put it to you like this? Would you trade Kevin Knox, a first-rounder, and Kemba Walker for Markelle Fultz? I think you would, because you gave up a first in Kevin Knox for Cam Reddish. So I think you all would be inclined to do that. And I'm about to show you the Knicks starting point guard since 2009, so we really can't all be that picky. I think it's a good idea, but I want you to know, or get in the comment section and let me know, who do you want to be the Knicks starting point guard next year? I just gave you some names. Maybe it's Dame Lillard. Maybe it's someone else. Be colorful in the comment section. Maybe it's a dream target. But let me know, who do you want to be the Knicks point guard next season? The Knicks are starving for a point guard. They're like the Cleveland Browns when it comes to quarterbacks. You know the jersey with the tape on the back and it goes all the way to the floor with all the quarterbacks that went to Cleveland and didn't work out? It's the same way with the Knicks and point guards. Just the latest name is Kemba Walker. I think these graphics will, bring some cheer to your day. Sometimes you got to look at the past and smile and be happy about it that it happened. But at the end of the day, it has been brutal for the Knicks and point guards. Since we'll look at it like this. You saw those names on screen. Then it goes back to 2017. You got Raymond Sessions, D. Rose the first time, Jose Calderon, and then Shane Larkin. But wait, it gets worse. I actually like this next name, Pablo Prigioni. He's got a great story, and he was a good player, not a lead point guard, but he was someone that could come off the bench and give you solid minutes. Then you had the second go-around of Raymond Felton, then Tony Douglas, then the first go-around of Raymond Felton, which was actually good. Then you shipped him out in the Carmelo Anthony trade. And then my least favorite name on the list, Chris Duhon. You saw those names. You know what it is. The Knicks are starving for a point guard. So if you want the Knicks to go get a new point guard, give me a follow on Twitter. I don't know if it's true. Maybe if I get to 1,000 followers, we might get Donovan Mitchell. We might get DeJounte Murray. At the end of the day, I'm just trying to get my Twitter game up, and I want to give you guys more ways to stay in touch on Knicks news and rumors content. So you can also do it on Twitter. Give me a follow at @MarshallGreen_.